Hello folks, Jared here and welcome back to Rush Racing 2, and today we're gonna be taking a look at one of the fastest tier 1 cars in the game. Now this is in fact the last tier 1 car that I have seen maxed out, and obviously it's the 3rd gen Eclipse, and it's kind of weird because I'm used to seeing like the 2nd generation Eclipses in video games, not the 3rd one, but this game does not have the 2nd generation, only the 3rd one, and it's basically in the showroom. It's the only gem tier 1 car, and it's I mean, I don't know, I always love the Eclipses, this generation as well, so it was kind of nice to see it in a video game. But basically today we're gonna be figuring out whether this is the best tier 1 car or the fastest or the Cobalt. And I have to say, like, this thing is definitely rarer than the Cobalt, because you can get Cobalt things fairly easily, but with the Eclipse you really don't see many of these in the lobbies. So we're gonna go over the max setup and the tutorial, and I'm not gonna pink slip this car because it's not mine. Actually, Taylor loaned it to me for this video, so huge shout out to you, Taylor, thank you so much. So let's start off with basically the maxed setup. So this car is maxed at 1968. It's one of the 2 tier 1 car that does this at the moment, the other one being the Cobalt, and it does run 9.7s. So let me go over these parts fairly quickly. It's pretty easy to max out, nothing too difficult to figure out. Cam gear, as always, stage 2, I always say it, but it's true, at least on these lower tier cars. Hold on, drivetrain, transmission obviously gonna be max, drive shaft, stock, and there you go. Okay. Now this car is better with the turbo, so keep that in mind. It is more expensive to max out, but it does benefit the car when pink slipping it. If you do want to pink slip this thing, I actually haven't seen anyone pink slip this car so far, but it's understandable because obviously it is slightly more expensive than other tier 1 cars. There you go. It does have some customization options. So let's just go over these pretty quickly as well. Underglow, obviously don't need that hood. You can put a Gen 1 on it if you want to, won't benefit it all that much, but it will look cool. I guess you can might as well put the trunk on it, because why the hell not. Spoiler, there you go. It does have, actually do really love the look of this one, but because it's not my car, we're gonna keep it the way it is. And suspension, I did put it on stage 2. So let's hop into a lobby, and this thing actually has well, it's really similar to drive, or at least the launch is very similar to the Focus. Basically that means early second light, very early second light, as soon as the second light comes on basically, and the first gear is shifted right at the wall, and after that you shift at 6500 RPM. So let's show you how it's done, hopefully. Did not hit the perfect launch, but for some reason the cars in this game, like, they still get a really good time even if you don't hit the perfect launch. So there you go, that was a 9.7 with me missing the launch. A pretty good time actually. When I was practicing, I got out of like 8 runs to 9.7, so there you go. So basically here's my honest opinion. The Cobalt is better. The Cobalt is easier to drive, more consistent. The launch on the Eclipse is better, but that one's more straightforward, so there you go. Looks like it's gonna be a pretty similar run. I missed the launch again, but the launch on the Eclipse is pretty precise. Obviously the car does run out of momentum at the end, so it does basically hit the limiter, but it doesn't matter to it too much, so there you go. But you're definitely, like, I think the Cobalt is better because it is obviously a showroom car, so you can buy more of them. There we go. Okay. You can buy more of them, they're gonna be easier to pink slip, they will be cheaper. So the Eclipse is basically just like a car if you want to collect all your tier 1 cars. And Taylor did say that I can offer on him for this one, and I'm really not sure if I'm going to. I honestly probably will, because I do like the Eclipse as a car, but on this game it's not. It's a pretty niche car, It might be better for lobby tuning, which I'm yet to see, but I don't know. As far as pink slipping it goes, I'm honestly not sure if that was. I'm not sure if that was ideal. But hey, at least we didn't get traction loss, because it is really easy to get traction loss in this car. So I would rather, you know, like basically do the drop launch slightly sooner and not completely mess up the round with a traction loss, because it obviously does not matter all that much if you do not get the perfect launch. So I guess there's no pressure when you're racing this car. Okay, let's have another one. Okay, seemed good. I mean, missed the launch again, but obviously you don't need the perfect launch. Same with the Cobalt, same with some tier 1 cars. There you go, across the line at 9.7. So I do like the Eclipse. It is nice to drive, but it is a bit, you know, cheeky or whatever the fuck you would call it, because like any other tier 1 cars, you shift late. This one, first get late, then, you know, early, so there you go. Alright, just casually drinking coffee over here. It's like 12 AM. But yeah, I would say that the Cobalt is more consistent and, you know, easier to max out. So would I recommend getting this car for pinks? No, I wouldn't. This car, like, it's nice to look at, but it's not gonna have a purpose really, because it is gem only. It's not, you know, noticeably faster. It's not that amazing. I mean, it is good to drive, but it's not. It really cannot compare to the Cobalt. And seeing how the Cobalt is cheaper, this car is gonna have its own niche. So yeah, that's my review on it. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Jerry, and I'll see you in the next episode of Rush Racing 2. Have a good one, and goodbye.